I'm good. How are you?
Great, great. Great to see you online.
Yeah, sure. Same as.
So we'll be soon starting and welcome Miss Priyanka. Miss Priyanka Agarwal is also here. How are you? After a long time.
Hello, Rahul. How are you?
Yes, fantastic.
Yes. Yeah. I think after 7, 8 years, almost.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Thanks for having me here, like as a participant.
Thanks. It's my pleasure. Welcome, Mr. Siddhant.
Hello.
Great to have you in this first orientation session.
Great to be here.
Mr. Naman is also there. So we'll be now starting. I will just show some videos and then Ms. Priyanka will take it over in the beginning. Yeah, I'll we'll just share a few videos first.
I was not working so hard. So what Rahul did is to actually challenge myself out of my comfort zone and asking in how much time you can do it.
I don't have time for myself. I must compliment Rahul the way he has been chasing me. He has been pushing me.
I am Rahul Jain, Director of Business and LMI India. LMI is world's largest people development company. We help individuals to perform better. We help organizations to perform better.
Am I audible to all of you?
Yes.
That's great. So my name is Priyanka, and today I'm moderating the session. So firstly, I would like to welcome all of you who are here and spare time to join this webinar. As we all know that today's topic is multiply your I with happiness. In general, we hear about कि profit को बढ़ाना है, उन्हें increase करना है, multiply करना है, but somewhere the quotient name happiness उसमें गुम हो जाता है. So that's why we kept the name of this session कि आप अपने ROI को multiply ज़रूर करिए, but to keep yourself happy and your surrounding happy. Or before starting the session, I would like to say something about the company, which is Business Learning, and we are working in the field of making leaders in the industry in the world. So, Business Learning is an edtech company which is working so fast, so good, and we are working on potential transformation and business transformation. So here are the few things which we do, and we have so many programs which helps you to add on your business transformation, your returns, increase your investments, return on your investments. So we have a vision. We want to make this universe a happy verse by create and empower 1 million business leaders by 2026. So we are moving forward with this vision and our mission. I would like to share that to help people. Wait a moment. Yes. So our mission is to help people and organizations to multiply ROI with happiness by premier leadership coaching worldwide. So we are associated with LMI simulations programs and various partners we are like Oswal Industries also. So after having this, I would like to share few words about our today's speaker, Mr. Rahul Jain, So he is a founder director of EdTech company Business Learning, focusing on leadership development. He is mentor to IIM Ahmedabad CIIE, authored multiple ebooks, and passionate about equity research and spiritualism. Mr. Rahul Jain is an MBA from MGI Gurgaon and is a fellow company secretary. He is also the director of Business Learning and LMI India. He is a thought leader on leadership. He is uh, interest in social work also, so associated with Jito, JBN, BGS, many firms or many organizations. So Rahul Jain is an MBA and all the loyalty and company secretary. So today he is here to tell us how to bring our dreams, targets into reality. So let's start with this music, and I would like to welcome him. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for such a nice way of introducing me. And it's really my pleasure to be with all of you today. And this shows your commitment. Most of you are here well before the time, and this really shows the commitment by all of you. So, as we are seeing on this slide, that dreams inspire us, isn't it? Life is all about realizing and pursuing our dreams. So let's celebrate it. Let's celebrate our dreams and the journey of living our dreams. So we'll celebrate through this music. I will also request all of you, one request or one favor I want from all of you, that please raise, or you can stand wherever you are. You can stand, I am also standing. And you can wave your hands. You can wave, celebrate. Life is full of happiness, and life is here for achieving our dreams. Because the concept
चोरी से छुप छुप के मैंने चोरी से छुप छुप के तिनका चुन के सपना एक बनाया डोरी से बुन बुन के मैंने डोरी से बुन
start this session with this momentum, because leadership is all about converting dreams into reality. So I'll stop share for some time. Let us have the view of the entire audience or entire participants. So I'll request everybody to switch on their videos so that it is more interactive, more real life, unlike the virtual. So it depends, yeah. So now I'll just, I'll adjust my camera. Just. So great to see all of you here. Now this webinar is a different kind of webinar, as Priyanka suggested. And it would be a real privilege for me that I am there with you, because it's our vision, and it's really huge for me that we are on the course of this vision, and you are helping us to create this universe, a happy verse, by empowering 1 million business leaders we want in next 3 years. So such a pleasure meeting all of you, and despite being a busy schedule, you are here. And today's topic is really powerful. We are 100% here, and just show the same commitment. So would like to request all of you, type your name, location and industry on the chat box, so that we can understand about what kind of participants are here, and we can accordingly customize our session as per the industry, as per the requirements. Great. So we are having people from I think throughout India we are having Bangalore, Delhi, Gurgaon. So great to see people from everywhere there. Sahas is there now. He has also joined. Bombay, Samrina is there from Bombay. Great to know. So it's really great, and I hope you are ready for a major shift now. So do you want to multiply your ROI by do 1%, 100% done? Success blueprint, of course, with happiness. Do you want?
Yes.
Great. So type yes on the chat if you want that. And there have been huge benefits for you if you start applying this blueprint, which we'll be discussing. It will help you to achieve your dreams by working smart, having better business model, influence others in a better manner, working on an autopilot basis, increasing ROI with happiness. So I have spent millions of rupees to learn it, but you don't have to actually, because you can do all these without going through all the steps which I did alone. Yeah, so I'll show you how you can do the programs and long-term programs and services which we provide in the later half. But the important point is life begins shifting after I consistently applying these steps, and I have been able to pursue my mission and passion. So I have now become financially independent. Now we are also coaching and mentor to IIM Lucknow, and also now we are catering globally. Last 6 months we have touched 5,000 people. So using this blueprint, it has helped me in a great manner, and I really because when a simple person like me can do, you all can do much more. You have got huge talent. Yeah, so Astha has also joined while driving. I think she's in car. Great to see you, Astha. Mr. Rajkumar is also here. Nice. So let's now begin the session with a question, with a very important question, because we all want to be master of our life. We all want to be CEO of our destiny. But the first step is to understand where we are right now. If we have to be master of our own destiny, first step is to be where we are right now, to understand where we are, isn't it? So can you write down all the challenges which you are having in your notes? Of course, in your piece of paper or in your notes, in your diary, whatever is handy with you. So this is not a kind of a lecture, it's more of an interaction and a workshop. So it's a workshop mode that we are doing. We'll be doing a lot of interactive exercises. Today we'll be discussing about it, about you, about your life, about what you want to do, and we'll be trying to help you. In this first session itself, you will be getting a lot of pointers and action points. So our session is focusing on action. Action point, because action will be the key differentiator between dream and the reality. So yeah, so please write down all the challenges or the opportunities also, opportunities to improve, opportunities to capitalize. So note down all the challenges and identify top challenge or the opportunity to improve and type on the chat box. What is the top challenge or the opportunity which you want to capitalize? You can type it on the chat box so that I can also understand your situation in a better manner, the current situation, and will be helping you to redress that through this interaction. So I hope you have got the point. Am I making sense to all of you?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Are you with me? Say hey if you are with me. Hey.
Hey.
Hey. Hey.
Hey.
Great.
Hey.
Brilliant. So now, so let's have some challenges. You can type on the chat here. Put down the challenges and one of the challenge or the opportunity which you want to capitalize on. Yes. So please keep on coming. Keep on typing on the chat, and we'll be understanding about you, your challenges in a better manner. And one of you can speak also. Let's unmute and speak. if that is convenient for you. So Sahas is there with us. Do you want to share one of the challenges, Sahas? Yeah.
I think the biggest challenge for me is organically scaling up my business from where it is today to where I would like it to be in a year or 2 years from now.
Yeah, I know it's a challenge which has been faced by 99% of the SMEs. And true, I understand that scaling up is vital with the limited resources that as medium or small entrepreneurs are having. So of course, we'll be addressing that issue today, and we'll be discussing about, we'll be starting the foundation today. Thank you for the candid sharing. Let's have one more sharing on the unmute. You can unmute and share. It can be challenged with respect to your personal, professional, any aspect which you want to discuss. Mr. Siddhant is also there. Let's have one.
Yeah, hi.
Yes, hi.
Issue organic growth. We went from sales started roughly 3 years ago. Not been consistent. I mean, in phases. So like there'll be a phase where you see a couple of clients, and then even though you're for
I
6
think there's
months, and
some
then you
technical glitch, but yeah, I got your point. There's lack of consistency in acquiring the business. Are you saying that?
cannot hear my end.
Siddhant, you can write down your challenge on chat.
Yeah, I think there's some technical glitch at your end. Please put down the challenge on the chat box. So Priyanka is also raised her hand, Priyanka Agarwal, so you can share. Yes.
Yes, as I am from the education background and I am actually into education consultancy, basically the career counseling for the students. So whether they are from school or colleges. So my right now the thing is I am getting the clients through my own personal referral groups, like people who know me from past 15 years. But now the challenge is to network with the new schools, colleges. That is the thing. So there I am, maybe the force, the employee force I am lacking. I don't know the exact reason. So that is the point.
Absolutely, great point. It's a point of expansion. How to reach out to more people, more target group, and it's a big challenge that entrepreneur or people like us are facing. So yeah, so that is there. So let me summarize. Actually, I've made a slide also on this. So let me come to that slide now. And it is also having some challenges which we all are facing. And initially, I also faced in my career some of these challenges which were very critical, and it was actually hindering my performances. So these are like few challenges, as people were mentioning, unable to meet their desired goals. They are unable to expand, so profits and productivity is not as per their potential. And there might be work-life imbalance or cash flow crunch, because cash flow is very scarce, especially for SMEs. And bigger organizations are also now facing the heat as and when the inflation and operating cycles are becoming lengthier. So yeah, so those kind of things are also there. So how to achieve these kind of, you can say, how to redress these challenges, that's a bigger issue, which we'll be focusing on today. And we'll be sharing with you a blueprint. A blueprint, because there is a saying ki sahi vidhi sahi siddhi milti hai. Because otherwise we can just do hit and trial, and it can waste our energy, resources, etc., etc. So today we'll be unveiling this blueprint without any delaying this. Right now, I would be unveiling this. So do you want to know about this blueprint? Do 1%, 100% done blueprint? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes or yes? You can speak it out, unmute and speak.
Yes.
Great.
Yes, sir.
So this somebody asked me how do 1% 100% done. So the idea here is not just to do 1%. It is like do 1% improvement every day. 1% improvement every day, but it needs to be in a focused manner. So what are the steps? Let's understand that. First step is identifying the gap area. And already you have started doing it as when I discussed about your challenges. So that is the first step, critical step. And it can be challenges, it can be opportunities, it can be gap in our strengths, it can be the areas where we have to work on to achieve our goals and dreams. So that is the thing that we have to do. But most of the time we are so busy in our day-to-day routine of firefighting that we don't give time for these critical analysis or critical thinking, and then further upskilling ourselves. तो उसमें हम लोग time नहीं देते. So that's a very big challenge, which we'll discuss in the third point, the issues of behavior issues. But then let's come to the second point, because this webinar is more about business, so multiplying our ROI, business ROI. So that's why here the strategy also needs to be right, shaping strategy, that in which direction we are moving towards. Are we moving in the right direction? Are we using the resources in the right direction where we want to go? And is our business plan, business model in sync with our strategy or not? So we'll be discussing about it, these points in detail. Third point is about the behavior, which we were discussing. That behavior or the time issues or the interpersonal relationships, all these things are very important, because we might be having, might have identified the gaps, we might have the right strategy, we might be having written smart goals, we might be knowing what to do, still we are unable to do most of the times, because some of the behavior issues are blocking us. Some of the attitudinal issues are also blocking us. So at Business Learning, we are specialized in changing people's behavior. We have a process which we have collaborated with LMI, it's world's largest people development company. So this process we'll be discussing today, how we can change our own behavior, how you can use this kind of process so that you can be on the way, you can, your action is in sync in what you want in your life. And the fourth point is extremely important, because कोई भी game भी होता है तो game में भी there is a score, isn't it? There is no game without score. So scoring ourselves, that is analyzing that what we have achieved, what we have done on a continuous basis will keep us on the track. Yes or no? So that's why this is the fourth point, measuring the ROI and results. Otherwise, there might be a situation where, जैसे कल South Africa का हुआ कि India made 160 runs and Africa was just out for 87. So they didn't have the track. They didn't have their own tracking of their own run rate. So they were actually they were bundled out very soon. So that's why we need to. Yes, anybody? Any question? Okay. So moving ahead. So how this blueprint can help us? It can help us not only in terms of achieving what we want, but you can see the ROI is much higher. It's a survey done by a leading organization. You can see there is an improvement in ROI of happiness. It leads to better revenue. It leads to better recognition, better customer service, employee productivity also enhances. So that is one of the very strong impact that this this kind of blueprint can have in business. And as I was discussing about myself, it had a great impact onto my life also. If I share my story here, that is, of course, in the initial, you'll be very surprised to know that till age 5, I didn't have this salt because I was suffering from a severe disease. And you might be surprised that right now I'm coaching on ROI, how to enhance the ROI, but in 9th class, I failed in maths exam. And in the initial years, in 2002, which I really struggled in my ventures, in my startup, and I started blaming the external situation. Yes, the external situations I started blaming. But after some time, after a few years, I realized that it's not the external situation, but my own shortcomings in terms of, say, poor time management. And I clearly remember I was very bad in prioritization. I was still okay or below average in time, but not poor, but very poor in prioritization because I was wasting my time. And also I didn't have the written goals and plans. And so those kind of things was a great bottleneck in my progress. But then I started working on to my shortcomings, and I realized that Rome can't be built in a day. We have to continuously upskill ourselves and invested huge money into myself, which actually led to this transformation. And right now we are having this kind of expertise, which we are helping many organizations, many kind of organizations from small, medium, and larger organizations. And it has also helped me to achieve financial freedom. So that's why this blueprint is really useful, and it has helped many companies. If you see this one of another testimonial case study from Tata, this leadership program has definitely helped in getting amazing results because the person was able to discover himself, to crystallize his thinking, crystallize his dreams, what he wants in his life, and then go into those things in a focused manner. So in fact, we can do much more in much lesser time. Because if we go into focused manner, the thing starts happening. Our ROI increases. They're like the Pareto principle, we know that 80-20 principle, 20% action leads to 80% results. So why should not we focus on 20% action? Why can't we enhance that 20% and also reduce the areas which are low payoff? So that's why now I will come back to the first point again, and we'll have some more exercises now. After discussing about this blueprint, now is the time to start applying it. So the first point that we were discussing about the gap areas. So let us start applying this point to identify our own gaps. We have already written some challenges, but now let's take it forward. So now you have to do another exercise, which is very important in terms of our own happiness quotient. So you are seeing a wheel here. It's a wheel of life. Are you able to see this wheel?
Ms. Samrina Khan, would you like to speak about this wheel of life? How many paths in our life we have to create balance?
All these paths are equally important.
Yes.
And I feel that we can, the priorities, they kind of like evolve with time, you know, like there'll be a time where financials will be more important. And once that is sorted, then maybe the mental and the spiritual part is not taken care of. So we need to focus on that.
So thank
So
you.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you can carry on. Sorry.
Yeah. So I think it's important to recognize at every stage of life where we need to prioritize which part.
Excellent point. Excellent. And the point which you have come up with, that, yeah, we need to prioritize. And there needs to be a balance. But sometimes what happens that we have a huge amount of money, but we have seen last 2 years people had huge amount of money, but still they were unable to enjoy it because of the health reasons or mental issues or some other issue. And if the people are healthy but don't have money, so they won't be able to enjoy the same manner. So there needs to be a balance between us, between all the aspects of the life. So want to now understand one point from all of you. That is, can you rank yourself from 1 to 9? One is highly. I think somebody. Yeah, I am just unmuting. Yeah. Thank you, Mukesh. So right now, let us come back to this point of you can rank yourself from 1 to 9. 1 is highly dissatisfied and 9 is highly satisfied in all of these areas separately. So rank yourself in finance, mental and education is more of your self-development in terms of your mind or academic development or development in the areas where you want to excel. Then physical and health, social life, self-development in terms of our soul, which is spiritual and ethical, family. So can you rank yourself where you are right now from 1 to 9?
I would like to request Binduji. Binduji, are you seeing the 6 areas of life on the screen? Yeah,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
I would like to ask the family and home. This is a very important area of our life. How do you rank yourself? Are you excellent? Then give yourself near about 10, 9, 8. If you are okay, then give yourself 5. Otherwise,
I'm giving myself 7 in this. Sorry.
that's great. Thank you, Binduji. Anyone who want to interested to rank himself in the
Siddhant
area?
has shared, Priyanka Siddhant has shared
Okay,
his
that's
score on the chat box and he has given very clearly his scores in different areas. Great sharing. Now I want to understand that where you want to be in this next 1 year. So right now, say June 2023, where do you want to be in these areas? Because I am seeing that the scores are volatile. Like Kamalji has also shared. So the scores are volatile, wheel is not round, wheel is bumpy. It is having the roller coaster ride. So now what do you want in your life in next 1 year so that your quotient enhances and the wheel is round? So
What
can
do
you
you do?
write down the scores? And now I want to have 1 or 2 sharing that what will you do to plug the gaps? To plug the gap areas, what do you want to do? I want to invite Kamalji, Mr. Kamal. So can you share, like in physical and health, you have given low score around 5. So to enhance your happiness in this area, what do you want to do in the next 1 year?
I want to eat. I want to exercise regularly, and want to eat more healthy food, and I want to take care of my body more.
Health is wealth.
Health is wealth, right?
Yeah, excellent point. In this one thing, we need to understand that these are very good statements, but it will not be useful for us. How and why? It won't be useful for us because these statements are not defined in a right manner. That's exactly what we want in next 1 year. Next 6 months, exactly what we want to do in this, and that is nothing but SMART goal. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic and tangible. Specific, what to be done, when to be. So, Kamalji, next 6 months for your health, what you want to do specifically? Yes.
Okay, I want to reduce 5 kgs of weight in the next 6 months.
Brilliant. It's a great start. And then for that, what you want to do? Like 5 kgs is a kind of a result related. Now, what do you want to do further? How do you want to achieve that? Yes.
I want to eat. I want to eat at home. Eat fresh fruits and vegetables for 5 days in a week. Like dining out should be avoided. That's what I'm trying to say.
Great. My family will also be happy. अगर मैं भी ये करने लग जाऊंगा तो. Nice. Nice sharing. And this kind of smart goals we want to have. And let's have smart goals in all the areas of our life. Are you getting it? Great. Because next session that we are having already, most of you have already joined our program. Though this is an orientation session. So I think bulk of you have already joined our program. Our next session is on 9th of July. That is formally the first session of this program. Today it's an orientation. And at 10:30 we'll be starting. That's in the morning time we have kept. So in that, we will be having follow-up and the next steps that we will be discussing. But yeah, coming back, I think Deepak ji is also there. Great. Sarabjit ji is also here. Nice to see. And you can switch on your videos also. I'm just seeing the black screen right now.
We
So,
want to see your smiling faces. Please
yes.
put on your videos.
Great, great, Sarabjit ji. That's nice to know about you from
Shivani,
yeah.
this Shivani Singh is also there. Aman sir, Vinayak sir. Please keep your videos on, please.
Yeah. So we have got some more scores here. Let's have one more sharing now because people have candidly shared on the chat. So let's have one more sharing on this. I think let's have somebody do. So Sarabjit, have you done this activity? The video Wheel of Life. So should I repeat this? Should I share one more time? So in which area you want to improve in your Wheel of Life? So there are various areas in the Wheel of Life. So yeah, let's have sharing. Bindu is there. Bindu, can you share one of the areas where you want to improve drastically, which will improve your happiness quotient, and what do you want to do in that? Yes. Yes, are you there? Okay, I think there is a technical glitch out there. Yes, sir. Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
It is financial and career.
Okay, so what do you want to do in that to enhance this happiness in this area? In next one year.
See, I want to improve my.
Yes, sir. Yes.
I want to improve my business's sales.
Great. So you want to improve your sales, and that's a very common wish or desire of everybody, and very important, common and important wish. So, sir, in this next 1 year, can you be more specific in terms of, or you can think about it. You may not discuss, or you may not have the right answer right now, but it's just a food of thought. That can you be specific in this, in terms of what kind of growth you want, and by doing what activities? So that will help us in having smart growth. Yeah. If you want to share something about it, you can share.
I would like to share it later.
Great. So we'll discuss it out, and then let's come now to the next point, which is what can be the causes behind it? What can be the root cause? Why aren't we having the desired goal or desire that you want to have in next 1 year? What can be the causes behind it? It can be about our own self-management. It can be about team management. It can be about the business model. It can be about the cash flow crunch. It can be that we are unable to motivate our team or our own attitudinal challenges. So whatever is the cause, we start writing it down. We need not share right now. We'll discuss separately, but we start writing down the reasons behind it, reasons behind the gaps, which you feel. And I have shared some of the common reasons in terms of self-management, like time management, prioritization, the point which I was discussing earlier, or it might be communication, it might be team management, or lack of interpersonal skills. So all those points are some common point, but there might be specific reason for you. You can note down those points and start taking action towards it. What action, what kind of action you want to take towards these causes? Can you take some action? So you can think about taking action and noting it down. So let's move further. We'll discuss some more important points, some interesting points. Next is about your dreams, because let's discuss again. We started with your dreams, so let's continue with that. So can you now write down 3 dreams? Like some dreams you write it down for yourself which you want to achieve. Might be one professional, one personal, And one any other dream which you want, like which have been in your back burner, which you have not been able to pursue because of this mad race, or you have forgotten it. Any dream which you have forgotten. So one professional, one personal. In your notes, you can write it down, and let's have one or two sharing. You can share one of your dreams which you want to achieve, because this dream is the word dream. When we think about dream, what comes into your mind? You can share that also while sharing your one of your dreams. So let's have one sharing. I would like to invite the person who wants to share and who has not shared yet. So I think Mr. Naman is there, or Mr. Deepak. One of you can share about your dreams. What do you want to achieve? Yes. Yeah, Mr. Naman. Yeah.
Yeah, so like in terms of professional dream, like you were asking us to share, so something I've written is that um, in the next 10 years, I want to increase my company's revenue by at least 25x. So I am trying to work on it, like trying to create a plan as to how I can do it. But I've just started doing that, so it's still a long way, like creating the plan also. So that is one of my professional goals. In terms of personal goals, is having more mental peace and happiness and clarity, and being more calm.
Great sharing. Very good. Nice. And these dreams really inspire us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
And we are not just robots. Sometimes we think information is coming in, coming out. We are just stuck in our routine operations. We are much more than that. When we start thinking about our dreams and we start working on to our dreams, so it starts inspiring us, and we forgot our past frustrations, and we are driven by our future aspirations. That is the power of the dreams. And that's why you can say we are a dream machine. And dream then big dreams, like Naman has shared, 25x. And that's a very good thought. So they say I dream too big. I say they think too small. So that's there. Let's dream big. Let's have bigger visions, so that we are able to inspire ourselves. We don't need anybody actually to inspire. Our dreams, our needs, our desire, our purpose are sufficient to motivate us. Because when we think about purpose, when the why is clear, then how becomes easy, isn't it? See, why to do a particular business, or why to pursue a particular profession. Somebody say, yeah, it's about money. Yeah, money is important, but it's a byproduct. Why you are pursuing that particular profession or particular business, if that clarity is there, then you become passionate. And it's also driven by your own talents, your skills and expertise. So it's time to introspect within, identify your purpose. You can note it down in whenever you are free after this session, about your purpose, about your dreams, and then note also what you want to do in next 6 months for that. What specific goal you want to have for your dreams. Let's break down those dreams into small goals to make them a reality. So we were discussing about purpose, and purpose is also very important for us. Sometimes purpose is more important than the product itself, than the person itself. For the company, it is a product. For our own personal brand, for our own self, purpose can be very important. For example, in the case of Nelson Mandela, he is known for as a freedom fighter. His purpose was really crucial. Dhoni, to win the World Cup, to have that spirit in the team. The purpose was more important than the money, isn't it? And the purpose, and he started following his passion, money followed. So our own attitude and purpose really makes a difference. Let's see a video on this. I want to share a video. It's a powerful video. Then we'll have some more sharing about this, about your reflections on this video. So let me just share the screen with the video. And this video is also reflecting about the importance of purpose of a product or of ourselves, and how it can really transform the customer lives also. It's not just about our life, but the customer lives. So let's see it.
My mom is the best mom. She loves me a lot, and I love her a lot too. She teaches me so many things. And reads me lots of stories.
He tied them to the chain on the chariot and pulled them.
My mama is my best friend. Bye, Mama.
Tara, don't forget your umbrella. It's going to rain today.
Thank you, Mama. Mama is not feeling good these days. She can't speak to me anymore. But she still reads me stories.
I shall bite you with my white teeth, replied the mouse.
And helps me with my homework. Hi, Mama. How many sides are in a hexagon?
Tara, a hexagon has 6 sides.
She left her voice everywhere I am. Hi, Mama. How do we make halwa?
Now, add some almonds and cashews.
Hi, Mama. Start the washing machine. Hi, Mama. Can I watch my cartoons?
Yes, Tara. Good night, Tara.
I love my mama very much because she's always there for me, even when she can't.
Hi, Tara. I love you, Tara. I love you so much.
तुझको देखूं तू खड़ी है ना फिर चलूं या गिरूं क्या फिक्र है माँ Hi Mama.
Hi, Tara.
Is it going to rain today?
Yes, Tara. Don't forget your umbrella.
Thank you Mama.
Love you, Tara.
मुड़ के तुझको देखूं तू खड़ी है ना.
A very powerful message. And what is your reflection out of this? Anybody? What do you gather from this video?
Who wants to share their thoughts? Please raise your hand. So can it?
Yeah, or you can unmute and speak. Yeah. Whatever is convenient.
Can I speak, sir?
Yes, please.
I think the message is about humanizing the human experience through technology and kind of rendering time a little less relative here, because it's like that despite the fact that you might be suffering physically, but there is technology that can help you manifest your presence in different ways. For example, especially for your child who's so young, and the child doesn't have to completely live in your absence, like that's always been the case. So I think it's about presence.
And also, that's a great point, and also identifying the need and fulfilling the need by the company by launching a specific voice assistant for such kind of people. So,
Specific need, yeah.
yeah. So identifying the purpose, identifying the right purpose of the product or yourself can be really powerful. It can really change our life. So thank you, Amina, for sharing it, your views. And now let's move forward. Anybody who wants to share, they can just unmute and share. We'll now discuss the next point today, because today we have multiple tools in our armory so that we can multiply our business ROI with happiness. So this is the tool that I wanted to discuss with you, because we are already discussed about certain gap areas and how to fulfill it. Then there's one more business tool. So this is the tool which we can use for identifying the gaps in our business. Because many of you have shared that they want to improve their sales, their profitability, they want to improve their productivity. So this business tool is a mix of right brain and left brain thinking. It's a mix of both right brain and left brain thinking, and it's an extension of SWOT. जैसा आपने देखा है कि it's an era of version 2. So this is SWOT version 2. And in this, what we need to do, we need to identify the barriers, the opportunities about our own strengths, competitive advantage. So it will take time to do the research on these areas. So do this, and we'll discuss in the next follow-up session. But yeah, I want to devote 1 minute on this so that we can understand how to do. So first, identify your own strengths. That is, what do I do well? And then further, what makes me stand out? So that's our competitive advantage. Because you might be good in 3 games, say sports, maybe in chess or cricket or tennis. Which game you won't play with Vishwanathan Anand? Definitely you would not play. Yeah?
Chess.
Yes, you will not play chess because
He's an expert in that field.
Yes, great. So now we need to identify our own expertise. So that is what makes me stand out. So strengths can be many, but then out of that we have to find out our own expertise. Thank you for sharing it, Bindu. Now, next point is about identifying our barriers. Barriers can be both internal and external. Like internal, we had a discussion. Some of our own qualities or team management or stuff like that. But external barriers are also there. Volatility, last 3-4 years, the things have become more extremely volatile. And it would be. That's why it is survival of the fittest now. Few will survive, those who are more smarter, those who are working onto themselves. Those who are here, definitely. So the point is, are we working onto ourselves? Are we becoming more smarter? Are we identifying the barriers and taking action towards that? Then opportunities. So barriers we have discussed, opportunities are also immense. That's why we started discussing about our own dreams, about what we want, about our talent. Opportunities are external oriented also. So which market has got the opportunity? Like the advertisement, the commercial that we saw, Samsung commercial, that was a niche opportunity. Another example like Disney, they launched this Disney Plus in the Corona times, that internet subscription, OTT subscription, and millions of subscribers they got. So they capitalized onto that opportunity, isn't it? Are you with me, all of you?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Hey.
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 Hey. Yes, that creates energy. Energy is contagious, positive energy. Now the time is to understand about our own needs, that is needs of our own customers, prospects, what they want, identifying them, researching them continuously, understanding their feedback. Like the Apple is the pioneer in identifying the needs of the customer, sometimes proactively also. Customers also might be not knowing actually what they want. Clearly, they might not be knowing. So we need to proactive, working on to. Then competition. Of course, competition or industry will also help us to have benchmarking, best practices, what they are into, what they are doing well, so stuff like that. Any questions up till this point? We can have some questions also. If somebody wants to ask, they can ask. Please don't hesitate. I hope it is clear to everybody. You have started getting the hang of it. I know. We can't apply the entire thing, but at least you are now having this input in your mind, and we'll be sharing this recording also with all of you and the document. Those who have registered will be sharing it with them, or they can WhatsApp me their email ID. Will be sharing. Yeah. Our team's number is there. You can WhatsApp into them. Now, one more case study which I will share here, that one of our participants, they started saving. There can be 13 months also in a year. Yeah, it is surprising. We can have 13 months. How? If we start saving minutes, we start saving hours. So this person started working on to himself, very extremely well-known and industry vector, Mr. Ranganathan. He did our program, and he actually started getting 1 month extra by working on to him. So now coming to the second point, which is about strategy and business model. So I'll be touching this point briefly today. Like first point, we had a discussion about identifying our gap areas personally also and also in the business. Both aspects are important. Now I'm focusing towards the strategy and business model. And in that we'll do in a different manner, in a manner which is more practical oriented right now, which will inspire you. So think about what you want in your life in next 4 years in your business. Now we are talking about your business or your profession, or if you are a working professional, about your income, about your career progress. You can write down that point. So in year 2025, where do you see yourself in terms of net income and assets? For people who don't have their own business, they can write their own personal net income, personal savings and wealth. Where do you see themselves? So, so in year 2025, you can write down both in your notebook or in your diary. Any notes which you are having, you can note down. No need to share here. It's for your personal purposes. We'll be having the discussions as per your requirement, followed in the follow-up session. So right now you can note down 2025 net income and assets, work backwards. So net income, sales and assets. 3 things you can write down. Sales is not mentioned, but you write down your sales also, because that is the base. So write down the sales, net income and assets in next 4 years. Then in the 3rd year, 2nd year and last year, what kind of sales and profit and assets you have. And you need to write down the ideal wish that you want to have. Don't self-doubt yourself. You can't achieve that. Because we need to move from self-doubt to positive expectancy. Yeah, we all have immense potential. Of course, there should be a right roadmap. Otherwise, it will be just a wish. So, but right now, you just note it down. Like Mr. Naman shared, next 10 years he wants to have 25x. But think about next 3 years, where do you want? I hope you have written down, because market is immense. Market size is immense. How many of you have more market share more than 10% in your industry or 50% in your industry? Anybody having more than 50%? किसी का भी नहीं है. मारुति का हो सकता है और बहुत कम कंपनीज का है, those are very large companies. Anybody having more than 20% market share? So there's a huge gap. So we are sitting in just 1% or 0.1%, or very minuscule of the market share is our sales, isn't it? So a huge gap is there, so we can achieve. So write it down. And then identify the areas, actions in these areas which will help you in plugging the gap. For example, let's take an example. Somebody wants to have 5 times the sales in next 4 years. Now, what kind of gap you can write down the actions in these areas? For example, say marketing. The gap might be of number of customers. So what should be done in that? So maybe you have to touch with more customers or lost customers. You need to have referral system or marketing system. So whatever actions which are coming in your mind in these areas, write it down. People development, attitude and belief in yourself, in your people. Technology part, technology is now the oxygen of the business. Besides cash, both goes hand in hand now. So what to be done in that? Same way, the finance, the purpose and strategy that we were talking about earlier. So can one of you share some actions which are coming out to plug the gap? Let's have one sharing. Anybody out here? Yes, Mr. Vinayak. Vinayak is also there from the beginning itself. So Vinayak, do you want to share, Vinayakji, in this area?
Yeah,
What
sure, Rahul.
Yeah,
So
please.
one which I can think of is, in terms of marketing, is to, so basically I'm realizing that there is less, it's more word of mouth and less, out of presence in the market. So basically to make it more felt through maybe a combination of digital marketing, maybe having an online presence, maybe even having an updated website. So I think those are 3 specific actions that are coming out from.
Great, great. Thank you for sharing. And let's have smart actions in like he has shared. And further, we can utilize this opportunity to improve our business model also. What is business model? It's a recipe of doing the business. It may make or break our business model, business. Because if you think of Hyderabadi biryani, क्या दिमाग में आता है? If you think of Hyderabadi biryani, delicious, isn't it? Because of the recipe. Same with business. Business model is a recipe. So if we are having right recipe, it will become successful. So let's understand few more points about business model now. I'll share some very important concept of business model, one chart, which will help you further to think about of plugging the gap in your business. So it's a very simple chart and very popular by Alex Osterwalder and US. It's a very popular business model canvas. So can you identify the improvements which you have to do, or can you reinvent your business model in these areas? Start with a target group. That which target group you want to focus on in next 3 years, or which you want to expand, or you might have to reduce also, like Apple reduced their computer number of products. They focused on only few products initially, and they became very successful. So it all depends on your strategy. So the target group is very important here. Same way, then think about the other parameters which you want to have in 2025. Customer relationship. What will you do to improve the customer relationship? Right now, what is the current status, and what in this one of the things that we should do is benchmarking. Let's study the top 2 business models of the top 2 competitors. So next 7-10 days, please study it out, and then we can discuss it. You can email your work to me. I'll discuss that how to have this follow-up session, and we'll go about it. We'll discuss that after some time. The point here is, let's think about these areas. Value proposition is a very important area. That's a USP, which we discussed earlier, competitive advantage. So what is the competitive advantage of Honda? Anybody? What do you think? What is the competitive advantage of Honda? Anybody? I think Mukesh is also there. Welcome, Mukesh ji. Welcome again to the session. So yeah, and what's the competitive advantage of say Uber? What is the USP of Uber? Anybody who wants to discuss about Uber? Yeah, Mr. Vinayak is saying excellent in doing things small. As I think he has said about Honda. So Honda's core competency or competitive advantage is its engine. Okay. Same with the pizza with Domino's. What is the value proposition of Domino's? How is it different from Pizza Hut?
Guaranteeing the 30-minute delivery.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Domino's has its own USP, and Pizza Hut is having its different USP. Same way we need to differentiate. So these are the points. Please ponder on to it. Which will be discussing. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Channels are like omni-channel. After having one channel, maybe direct marketing like only. Now it is also online. Or you might have omni-channel. You might be using multiple channels, large format retail, distribution. What you want to do in next 3 years. The point is that. So think about it. Because all this brainstorming will help us to identify, further refine our smart goals. Isn't it? So do please start doing this. Like BCCI is doing, it's reinvented its business model in 2007-8 when the world was suffering from recession. It actually reinvented and it launched the T20 and it raised huge amount of money. In that recession time, it raised $2 billion. So that kind of power company can have if they reinvent their business model. And they, in this week also it has again raised more than 40,000 crores just by selling media rights. So that's the power of right kind of business model. So do you want to hone your or expand business ROI? Do you want to expand or multiply your business ROI? I think we all want. So that's why I would like to invite, I will take a break of 5 minutes just to have a cup of water and breath. In the meantime, I will invite Priyanka to talk about the leadership.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. The session is going wonderful. And as you have told that they are the 4 steps, we have already discussed the 2 steps which will help us to multiply our ROI and achieve success in our life. And all of us want to hone and expand our business ROI, there is no doubt. But how is very important, and how business helps us to do so, that is more important. So at Business Learning, we provide the programs which name is EPBT. 1 year program होते हैं और ये हमारा 1% 100% डन बेसिस पे होते हैं कि आप छोटे छोटे स्मॉल स्टेप्स लेके किस तरीके से अपने टारगेट को 100% अचीव कर सकते हैं. सो that is the way we do our programs. और इसमें आपकी पर्सनल प्रोडक्टिविटी, टीम की प्रोडक्टिविटी दोनों पे वर्क किया जाता है. So you can transform yourself and business productivity too. With our 12 sessions, continuously we do it with our follow-up sessions. And business modeling के 12 sessions होते हैं. Right now you have seen there are different models which work for each and every industry or corporate or the entrepreneur. So these models works differently for different people. So customize करके we discuss these business modeling through 12 sessions. Sales and marketing, as I have seen that number of the people have returned that their challenge is sales and marketing, how to extend their network, how to retain the clients or customers, how to make prospects convert into clients. So this is the biggest challenge we all are facing, and through the session on it and our program will help you how to increase your sales and how to get the good marketing and networking. Apart from these things, you will get the access to the program named Simulation, which is a virtual fun game. And in this environment, you will do mistakes, you will start your business, but you will not have to face the repercussions or the regrets because it's a virtual environment. You can do number of times the mistakes, but you can learn from it. So when you enter in the physical world or the real world, you can make the correct the steps to start your business. So this is our intense 1 year program, which is EPBT. But people have some time constraint, money constraint, or the resource constraint. So nobody commit at a one time. Yes, we'll start with our 1 year program, and of course the charge is high. So we provide you this gold plan. You can enter into our 1% community, 1% do 1%, 100% done community through this program, which is if you'll see the worth of this program, which is 6,000, but you have to only pay 4,900 because you have joined our this session. And to show your commitment and to be committed to yourself, you can pay 500 right now. So you can start it without delay, because if you delay to take decisions, sometimes profit get away. So for that, I would like to suggest all of you, if you really want to achieve your dreams, you want to realize your targets, you want to success in your life, just sign this program for just rupees 500 and be committed to yourself, be committed with ourselves through these programs and enter into the community, do 1%, 100% with only rupees 500, but you will get the benefit which is worth of rupees 9,000. So it's up to you. As far as we have discussed, the identifying the gaps, how we have to identify where we are, where we want to be. So gap analysis, you have seen the second step sir has told you. Now the remaining part of the session will continue with the Rahul sir, which is implementing smart goals and action and measuring the ROI and results. So over to you, sir. Thank you so much. If you
I think you can unmute. You have got muted. आप एक बार unmute कर लीजिए. Yeah.
Now am I audible?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So as far as we have discussed how to identify the gap areas and how to make the strategy and find out the business model for our businesses. Now the remaining part of the session will continue with Rahul sir. So over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Priyanka, for discussing about the different programs that we are offering. Due to limited time, we have just shared two important programs. One is a very long term, which is 18 months, and another one is just the first step, that is the next session one can attend, that is known as Silver Plan. But that also contains the video access. In fact, many of you have already joined our program, so some of you have not joined, they can try by the Silver Plan. That's a good plan for them. Just by doing the one session, you will also get to know the next step. Now coming to the blueprint again, third step is very important, is implementing by SMART goals and actions. Now implementing by SMART, because we have discussed about the strategy, the business model. In fact, we have already started creating goals. We had a discussion on SMART goals earlier. We had a discussion on actions. Now let's relate all these 4 points that we had a discussion. If you see, dreams inspire us, but how to achieve our dreams, we need to convert those dreams into SMART goals. Are you with me, all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Say hey.
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 Great. So is this so dreams are very good to think about, to start about in terms of inspiring us, But if we don't convert into SMART goals, it won't be fruitful. And after converting those dreams into SMART goals, the next step is get the results out of those goals, isn't it? Just setting goals will not suffice. उससे तो कुछ भी नहीं होगा. But if the people started getting good results, then we say that that person is more successful, isn't it? If the student gets higher marks in the exam, we say that student is successful in the exam. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, great. So it means success is a function of results, and result is further function of our own actions. The actions that we take day-to-day life, on day-to-day basis, it may be routine actions, or it may be actions towards our dreams, towards our long-term goals. And then action is further dependent on our attitude, the way we think, the way our habits are formed. If we are having positive habits, positive attitude, then of course positive attitude will lead to focused actions, more results and more success. And attitude is a function of our own conditioning. So our programs help us, this process that we are discussing, that if you do anything for 21 days, your habit will be formed. That's why if you see, the way you think in repeated patterns becomes your habit of thought. Like in our childhood, we learn cycling, we learn swimming by practicing it. Initially it was tough. शुरू में तो मैंने भी काफी बार मैं गिर गया था साइकिल मैं तो पर मम्मी जब बांध देती थी साइकिल से और बहुत मुश्किल से सीखा लेकिन अब तो गाड़ी चला देती तो ये चीजें जो है वो स्मूथ होने लगती है वी स्टार्ट प्रैक्टिस so that's why all these 4 areas are very important and interlinked and this step is really important in terms of identifying SMART goals and action. So how to have focused actions? Let's understand now some do's and don'ts, because this session is about some key takeaways which can transform our life. So let's start focusing on our own daily habits. Daily habits in terms of daily planning, prioritization, closing. How many of you are doing daily written planning? If we are not doing, that's fine. Now start doing. It will just take 10 to 15 minutes of the day, not more than that. You want 15 minutes of this work will lead to 24 hours of freedom. Do you want 24 hours of freedom? Do you want that freedom? That control? We all want. Just devote 15 minutes to yourself. Not much. For doing what? Next day's planning. So allocate a time in the evening where you start doing the planning for the next day. Evening में ही अपने को अगले दिन का कर लेना प्लान ताकि we are having the freedom, control what we want to do tomorrow, day after, about our future, and also do the same day closing, that is review of the day. Very simple. Do 1% improvement every day. Do 1% improvement. That's why we say small is beautiful. Do 1%, 100% done. Can we make, you know, the secret of a successful salesperson? Making that one last call, making that one extra call. Do 1% extra. Give 10 minutes to yourself. Writing your goals, scheduling the priorities. Sometimes we have huge tasks to do. Huge number of to-do lists is there. Don't do that. Just prioritize, do the topmost things which you want to do. And then start delegating. Delegating, but without review and training is fruitless. I have a plan for delegation, team engagement and empowerment. I have a plan for that. It will help you in balancing your wheel of life. And the last point is equally important, affirmation and visualization. And in this visualization, I want to view everybody. So let's have the on. Everybody, please have your in this point of visualization. So visualization is all about visualizing what we want in our life. Like Sana Nehwal did at age 8. She visualized herself as an Olympic gold medalist winner or medalist winner. She had this big Olympic medal and she put that in her house. And she started practicing. She had that kind of fire within and she achieved. So can you have your own internal media plan? We are all driven by external plans, external media exposures. External media is conditioning our mind, isn't it? Like, let's take a simple example. Thanda matlab? What does thanda means? Yes, Sarabjit. Your smile is saying, unmute yourself. Thanda matlab? Yes, sir. So what does thanda means? Somebody can say Coca-Cola, isn't it? And because thanda also means water, but the Coke comes into our mind because of the conditioning. Mind is attuned towards what it listens repeatedly, what it exposed repeatedly. So why can't we have affirmation and visualization for ourselves to have our own mind programming? That's why there is a saying that we need to magnetize the condition that we seek. So can we magnetize the conditions that we seek? And it's very simple. Identify your goals, then create visualization and affirmations for your goals. So can you write down some affirmations for yourself right now? जो आपने अभी कुछ goals या कुछ सोचा है, अपने dream सोचे, तो कुछ visualization या affirmation अभी बनाइए. Let me give you some examples of affirmation. That like say one of my affirmation last year was I am having the highest profit in the current year. So during Corona time it happened. So that affirmation is very strong tool. So let me share few more affirmation. I'll share this on the slide. I know we can go on and on in this topic, but we have time limitation. So last 5 minutes I will take with your permission, and then I'll take few questions also. So these are some positive self-image, positive affirmation which creates our own self-image. I like to save money. I am debt free. I am having highest profit in the current year. And last one, which is not written, one more example, I like myself. So can we repeat this now 3 times? I like myself. Please unmute and repeat. I like myself. I like myself. So just by repeating it gives us happiness. So that is power of affirmations. So utilize this. Let's move further to the last few points of the day, because I know sitting online for more than 90 minutes is not so desirable. It creates fatigue. So let me just quickly run to the next point. Yeah. So the next point is very important, which is about the assignments. So I think there's a typo mistake. Let me just correct the date actually. Yeah. So it's 30th June you can share. So I'll just show the slide again. Just a minute. So because as I said, this program is all about, this session is all about taking actions towards what we want in our life. So let me show the assignment slide. You can take a picture also. So we have to prepare a business landscape of our business. So business landscaping, study business model of top 2 competitors, prepare a gap analysis, and then identify 3 business goals and 2 personal goals. I hope this is clear to everybody. Any questions? You can ask me if you have any questions. So prepare business landscaping, gap analysis, 3 business goals, 2 personal goals. Okay, so let me discuss the next slide. One last thing, this is the most powerful concept which I wanted to discuss at the end. Those who are at the end, they will gain the most. They need to be rewarded with their patience. So this is the power of consistency. What is the power of consistency? In fact, we say consistency is the 8th wonder of the world. If we are consistent, if we do 1% improvement every day, you can see on the slide how much performance can be improved. Yes, Mr. Kamal, do you want to guess how much performance can be improved if we do better than going beyond what is required and doing less than what is required? What is the difference between the two? Yes, Mr. Kamal, are you there? Okay, anybody else who can discuss about it? Mr. Sahas? Yeah. Yes, Sahas. Is it visible? The screen?
Yeah.
Yes, Siddhant, please, we can share. Yes.
I mean, I guess empirically there's a major difference, right? 1% more every single day, it's just compounding, right?
Yeah.
Every time you better yourself, you see the result. I think SaaS is having some trouble with his internet.
No issue, no issue. I can understand what technically हो ही जाता है कभी कभार. So, but very valid point stating. Yes, please carry on. Yes.
No, essentially like 1% each day, every single day. I mean, empirically, what you're it's a really, I mean, it's a brilliant poster. It's a difference of about, I think, 1260 or something. Just empirically, mathematically, it works out to 1260 times, if I'm not mistaken. But even so, like, just bettering yourself 1%, it compounds itself over time, and it does help you. I mean, I've been seeing this personally. Like I was sharing with a friend of mine. I started working out some time back. I couldn't do a push-up to save my life. Today I did 80. So it's just about doing the first one, then sort of builds up over time, doesn't it?
Oh, let's have a big round of applause for Siddhant for pushing himself. Great. Nice. Anybody who wants to share about this? Yes, Amrina. What is your biggest learning of the day? And what do you want to apply? Any action point?
Definitely what I want to apply is manage my time more effectively and to be a little more motivated.
Great.
Better motivated, yeah.
So if you are able to manage your time effectively, then what will it lead to?
Better results. What I am in all different aspects of life, I feel work wise and for me, what I wrote in the chat also, that for me the biggest challenge is actually, like to get out and get, some sort of like physical activity, because once I get into a certain mode during the day, it's difficult for me to get out of that. Like if I'm working, I just want to do that and not think about anything else. So, and that starts affecting my mental space.
Wow, nice,
So
nice.
change my attitude around that, because I feel that once I'm better motivated to do take care of myself physically, then that's going to trickle down in other aspects also of my life.
Brilliant, brilliant sharing, and you have identified the way that you want to go ahead, and in terms of how you can have the better potential realization of yourself. So actually, we think that we need not make any huge improvements to achieve wonderful results. उसकी जरूरत नहीं है इतना. We tend to focus on just transformation in terms of huge improvement that we have to do. That's not required. You are already a gifted person. You are already a unique person. We all have our own gifts and strengths. Just we have to make small changes, subtle changes. Like if you see, what is the difference between a winner and the second one in a 100-meter race? Like very minuscule, छोटा सा ही फर्क है, microseconds. But that microsecond difference leads to huge difference in results, isn't it? So the same thing that we have to do, just find out the small changes, like we had a discussion in different areas, which will really help us. So now coming to the last point of the day, which is about your assignments, which you have to submit by this 30th of June. So you have a huge time. Research about the business landscape, business model, about your own wheel of life, set your 3 business goals, 2 personal goals, email that to me. And then we will have a follow-up session on 9th. Already most of you are subscribed to our program here, except 1 or 2. So we'll discuss on the 9th of July, 10:30 a.m. Those who are in Delhi NCR, if they want to come physically also in our center, that is in Jhandewala, we are having this hybrid session going on from the next live coaching sessions, first session that we'll be having next time. So those who want to come, they can come at the center. Otherwise, online is already the mode which you are using. So the choice is with you. Now, signing off, but before that, if you have any questions, you can ask me. Any point that you want to discuss, any inputs that you are having? Yes.
You will share all the formats with us, right? So the landscaping model and other things.
Yes.
And the second thing is, I think what you said was we need to study the business models of our top 2 competitors. Now, I don't know about the rest of you all. We are in an MSME sort of space, and so the domain that I work in is we are essentially architects and civil engineers that design factories. So none of my competitors are actually big enough to have structured business models that I can get access to. So what exactly am I supposed to look at in that case?
Very good question. In fact, this is one of the big problems that we smaller organizations have in terms of identifying and collecting the right kind of information, but don't be perfectionist. Strive for results. So look in your industry, identify the inspirations or the role models or the firms that you look up to. You can identify, talk to them, have some benchmark practices, benchmarking, start with that. And then we can have a follow-up call if you want. We can have a discussion on that. So you can have architects, similar architects, firms, study them, and identify the top 2 in your industry. Can you identify some good names? And then
I can identify some good competitors, sure, but like I'm telling you, it wouldn't be. See, the most I can do in terms of studying, which is something I have already done, is speak to contractors and speak to other vendors who work with both us and them, and empirically try and understand how they work. That's something I have done. So
and it's a continuous circle, because
of course it is.
3 months we need to do and study you can do secondary research, primary research, and also identify some other firms which you have not studied. International role model also you can identify.
Potentially, like, I mean, I'll have, I sort of understand what you are looking for. Okay, yeah, fine.
Probably we can have a discussion. You can call me after the session. We can have a detailed discussion on it.
Fair enough.
Good that you are asking. We will figure out the way. Do you have my number? I'll just share the number on this chat box. 9811228885.
I think I'm on a group.
That's
I'm on the group
perfect.
chat, which
Yeah. So that's perfect. Usme bhi hai mera. I'm added into that.
Yeah.
Great. So we'll have a discussion. And though our program, like I think you have joined personal productivity program, EPP.
yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. So the focus of that program is mainly the personal productivity part. That is about the first 3 months will be focusing on the self-management, and the next 3 months will be focusing on the team management. So there is a 6-month program which you have joined. So it will officially start from 9th of July. This is a food for thought, just to have streamlined our goals, become more smarter. So that's why this orientation session we have done today. And I hope all of you have learned and also have written down some action points. So if you start taking those actions, my day will be done and I will be much happy. So great that all of you have been very participating throughout, and let's meet next time. Stay positive and stay connected. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.